Hello, hi everybody. My name is Natalia Kolev. I'm instructor of Neurographica. Welcome to the free webinar about Energy Alignment Program, the new program that we're going to be offering starting May 17 already. And I'm here with Vonette, and Vicky's not here, the other instructor. So we are, between me and Vonette, and Vicky, we are going to have 8 weeks of classes dedicated to helping you balance your energies in your chakras, which is going to have a lot of benefits. And Vonette and I are going to talk about what is it that you will receive and what can you expect to get after finishing the program. Very, very happy to have you, and some people are still joining. And I just want to tell you right away. So if you sign up during the webinar, we are going to have some exciting prizes for you and like extra bonuses to encourage people to sign up now. And we will talk about it at the end of the webinar. So, hi, Vonette. And Vonette is a homeopath and also energy healer, and she's very knowledgeable in what she does. She has a lot of patients and helps a lot of people. I was studying with Vonette when she's still teaching homeopathy, and I was her student 3 years ago, I think, right? Something like that. Vonette, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
You know, it was actually 5 years ago.
Maybe 5 years ago. Yeah, it sounds like true.
Yeah, about 5 years ago. Because you then you went into the Neurographica training after that, and you've been doing this for several years now, right?
Yes.
3 years. Yeah.
Yes. Speak a little bit slower because there is some weird noise from your microphone. Could you?
Sure. I apologize. Hi, everyone. I apologize for the Wi-Fi connection. I happen to be between two very beautiful hills at the moment. And Wi-Fi is catching up. It shows full Wi-Fi for me, or if there's an issue for you, I apologize.
Okay.
I'm sitting in 85 acres of a slice of heaven, really.
Yeah, Vonette, it's not very good, and it's barely, we can barely understand what you're saying. So I got that you are outside between two hills, and that's why connection is bad. But I guess I will have to talk more today and tell about you and about myself. So Vonette is, I will go to the top. Give me 3 minutes, okay? We'll wait for Vonette to try to get to the top and get this internet in between the hills. And I can start by telling you my story. I'm an instructor of Neurographica, which I finished the training to be an instructor 3 years ago. And since then, I've been teaching Neurographica to students with variety of classes and courses. I have separate classes that are designed to be like group coaching sessions, and I have certification courses that are going in depth for you to learn Neurographica, and many of you have already learned it. Were in my classes. I know Cindy was here, and a little bit about what Neurographica is, just in case you don't know. Can you type number one, if you are familiar with Neurographica? So I know how many people are familiar with Neurographica. Okay, good. And can you type 2 if this is the first time that you're hearing about Neurographica? It's become very popular, okay? It is becoming more and more popular. So on the internet, there's so much information about Neurographica. This is a new mindful art technique that is very simple, very easy to do. Those are just simple lines and roundings and steps that everybody can learn to do it. You don't need to have special skills or special education to be able to do Neurographica, but it is very effective. It does not require you to have complicated materials. All you need is just white paper, color pencils and markers. And usually if you take your children's markers and papers or your grandchildren's, you are fine. So no investment into expensive materials is needed, because all that Neurographica is doing is changing your way of thinking about yourself, about life, about relationships, about money. And the important work is going on inside of you, not on the paper. What we draw on the paper is just a tool. We're not going to be using it to make galleries or sell it. We are having the benefit of changing ourselves and changing our belief system, removing blocks, and reducing anxiety and stress, and making our lives really abundant and happy and joyful. Neurographica can help in many areas of your life. It can help with your health, with your financial situation, with your mental state, with stress, anxiety, with partners, with when you need to have better communications with your partners, or you don't have a partner and you want to meet somebody that will be great for you and that you will have great relationship with. Neurographica can help you with those things as well. And like I said, it's easy to do. Anybody can do it, and it's easy to learn. It's very accessible. It become popular. It was created 8 years ago, and it's becoming more and more popular all over the world. I'm one of the instructors in English, and besides teaching the basics of Neurographica, I also teach workshops where we get a group of people and we draw on a specific topic, everybody. Like right now we are doing workshops on increasing our financial situation and removing any blocks related to money. So this is very powerful. We'll have a series of classes, and they can be purchased separately or in a program, in a membership, I'm sorry. But now we are doing this energy alignment program, which is completely new, very powerful. We are going to be working with chakras. Chakras are those energy centers that everybody has them. They're being known for thousands of years. They come from ancient books. The information about them comes from ancient books. And science right now is just now starting to acknowledge them, but already there are so many data and tests to prove that we really have those centers and they relate to meridians. And Vonette can tell you more about those things, but just the structure of the program, we'll have one class of Neurographica and on Wednesday, and one class with homeopathy and energy on Fridays. And we will go through all 7 chakras and plus one class for the aura healing. what will be the benefits of this for you? Well, chakras are related to our way we feel secure and safe, the way we use our how we receive pleasure and feel joy in life, and then how is our self-esteem with the third chakra, and then with the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, is all about giving and receiving love and feeling loved, and then the throat chakra is about speaking your truth, being able to manifest what you want in life. The third eye chakra is about connecting to the truth, transcendental wisdom, and the truth, being able to see and use your intuition. And then the crown chakra is already to connect with higher realms, to whatever you want to call it, the God or universe, or whatever your beliefs are. It goes beyond religion. So those are just the things.
Higher consciousness.
And higher, thank you, Vanette, higher consciousness. This is not a religion. This knowledge does not belong to any religion. This is like we have bones and skin. Everybody has chakras. It does not depend on gender or religious. This is something you have. You have probably heard of Chinese medicine, and they work with meridians. Chakras are part of this system, the energy system of our body. It's more subtle, but it's very, very important. And as we know, now that everything starts from the subtle realms, and then it starts to manifest on the physical. So if you are now having some illnesses or diseases, or even problems with your finances or relationship, those are all caused by some disbalance in your energy system, in your chakras or aura. And that's what we will be balancing and cleaning, so that at the end, everything else will be pulled together and will allow you to live more abundant life. Right, Vanette?
Yes. I'm hoping that this is a better connection
It's
now.
much better, yes.
Okay, I'm on a different Wi-Fi. I'll give you my rundown now, I guess.
Yes, can you start talking about you, because I talked about myself, but
Sure.
what about you?
I've been a homeopath for about 15 years. And I've also taken training in other energy modalities. One of them called Healing Grace, another one orthobionomy, and found that I have, I have ability to do distance healing, and have worked with a modality called Tong Ren, which is an acupuncture that's a distance healing that you can do. And then just accidentally found that I can do distance healing by thinking about a homeopathic remedy and sending that energy to someone. So I was, when you were taking classes from me, I was business partnered with Ambika Waters, who was the homeopath who proved that color and sound remedies could be made into color and sound could be made into remedies. And we use them all the time in our practice, and that's what we're going to focus on for the chakras, as well as gem remedies that we have done extensive work with. And Ambika has written books on the chakras, as well as angels, and then the homeopathic books she's written as well. So we were teaching, back then the courses were just focused on homeopathy for the chakras. And I think that with combining it with the Neurographica work is just going to make it so much more effective. We've found in our practice that when we have people do, when we have people on homeopathic remedies and we teach them the neuro art as well, that their healing goes so much farther, and we have progress faster, really.
Yes.
That the improvements that they're looking for happen much quicker. So I just, I kind of came into homeopathy as like, oh, this is the end all be all. This is fantastic. Because I saw how well it did with my children and myself, and then my clients. I, started seeing great results. However, we're in this day and age where, we're constantly bombarded by negative energies, and the pandemic, with masking everyone in the pandemic, we shut down the throat chakras, and we're seeing that over and over again in our practice. About 75% of the people that we talk with, you can tell that there's something going on with their throat chakra. And it caused a lot of thyroid issues, because the thyroid is, the seat of the thyroid is in the throat chakra. So we've seen progress, but then it's like, if people get COVID or they get a shock or a trauma in their life, that they go back to, it's like their body reverts, and we have to start from square one again. But we find that when we're doing the art along with doing the homeopathy, that doesn't happen. You might have a little bit of a stumble, and but you draw it out, and you usually don't need to re-examine it with a homeopathic remedy.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
kind of working.
Neurographica changes the mental state, so that people, once they cleanse their body, they don't repeat the same thought patterns, but they once we change their mental state, they move out of this state. Bonet, can you just in a few words very quickly say what is homeopathy and how does it relate to energy?
Oh, sure. Homeopathy is energy medicine. So we call it the art of homeopathy, because it is not just a science, it is an art, much like Neurographica. With homeopathy, homeopathy was discovered in the 1700s by Samuel Hahnemann in Germany. And that the way you were talking about the chakras and the energy centers, he came up with the German word for it, which doesn't really have a direct translation into English, but the German word that he used was Verstummen. And the Verstummen was that thing that we don't see, right? It's our vital force. It is that thing that keeps us breathing, that keeps us thinking, that keeps our body functioning. It's that connection that we have with a higher purpose, right? Or that higher consciousness. We're all connected. And we know that in Neurographica, when we do a drawing, there's no edges to the page, because we are all connected. We connect with everyone else who's doing the Neurographica as well, right?
Yeah.
So when we recognize that we are not just here as our own single entity, we are connected with all those around us. We all have our own unique signatures. So we have our own unique vibration, and homeopathy is a vibrational medicine that resonates with your own vibration. So in proving remedies, they find what set of symptoms that remedy helps with, and then when we talk to a client, we find what their symptoms are, and they match what that picture of that remedy is. Then that's that the vibrational frequency of that remedy matches the person's vibrational frequency, and that brings them healing.
Yes,
because it helps bring them to center. So you think of health as if you're in true good health, you're centered. If the pendulum of health has swung to one side or the other, we're going towards dis-ease, right? The further it goes, the more we are in dis-ease. So when we use homeopathy, we are trying to just bring somebody's pendulum of health back to center, so that they can function the best way possible. Homeopathy, we take poisonous substances and make them into remedies. One of my most favorite remedies, if you get food poisoning, we're going to use arsenicum. It comes from arsenic. If you took it in substance form, you would die, or if you took a very, very minute amount, you would end up with
But you don't take any minute amount with homeopathy. You just use
no.
the energy.
Right. So if you took a minute amount, it would cause you to be very nauseated and vomiting, and usually diarrhea. Like, it would be wrecking your system. It would really be miserable, and you might even have the desire to die because you just feel so bad, or fear of death, the fear that it's going to kill you. Well, if you have those kind of symptoms come up from food poisoning or from, a virus going around or whatever, but they match the picture of what arsenic would do to you, the remedy that we use for you is arsenicum, because that vibrational frequency, it was potentized to a point where there's no original substance to it, but it's now a vibrational frequency, and that vibrational frequency reverses the action of the substance or
Yes.
the
It is
virus,
like,
whatever it is.
yeah, it is like giving the body instruction, like
Exactly.
like you will do it with computer. You just do the code without any actual substance.
Exactly. It works on the electrical system of the body. So it goes in, and you take it by mouth, or you can sniff it even. We do olfactory dosing too. So somebody who's give them a dose of remedy by just putting it under their nose. But the beauty of it is that you can give it to baby. We've given it to newborn babies, pregnant women. It's very safe because it's not a substance, and it's going to work on the electrical system. So it goes to those neurons and tells them, okay, here's the code that you need to fix this problem.
Yes, it's amazing how it works, and it's very safe and very effective. And it's another energy medicine. And you also mentioned the sound, and I'm going to talk also about the colors, because colors also have vibrations.
Absolutely.
We detect colors, we see them through our eyes, but they have different vibration, and they affect us on the same electrical levels. The entire system gets affected by the colors that we see because of the vibrational frequencies of each color. So we are going to be using colors in Neurographica to get the benefits of those vibrations. But you are also using colors in homeopathy.
Yes, absolutely.
So it is also affecting, can be beneficial to change our vibration, as well as the sound. We're going to also have a sound healing sessions with Tibetan bows, and they are also vibrating. The sound is a vibration that will gonna heal different and balance. Actually, we don't talk about healing, we talk about balancing. What Vonette said, if your pendulum is a little bit off of center, you will get diseased. But with the sounds and with the colors, with the vibrational remedies, you will get to the center. Once you're in the center, your system is going to be working perfectly. It's going to be aligned. So it will use the energy that you receive from the that you have or you get from the sun, from the universe, without it being distracted. So the energy is going to be used 100% for your benefit, for your health, and for your abundance in life. So the benefits are not just on your health. The benefits are with on all the areas of your life that you will be receiving. And the same goes for gems. We mentioned, when I mentioned some gems as well, they also have different vibrations. And so I already have the link in the chat. If you want to sign up today for the program, one of you are going to be receiving the deck of cards. This is energy vibration of the soul meditation and portal cards, as well as we're going to give free coaching session with me. I'm a Neurographica coach, and coaching sessions are very beneficial. We're going to work on your goals and see how you can reach them faster and what can help you reach your goals in life. It doesn't matter what goals you have, whether getting healthier or getting richer, or finding a good relationship. So any goal is okay, is good. So this is it. And Vonette is having some probably other problems, but she's gonna be back. What do you have any questions that we can answer?
I am back. I have
Oh.
a client. I have a client in labor, and she called.
Oh.
So it's very exciting. Yes, a baby's going to be on its way here. So
Super.
yes,
Great.
yes,
Is it
yes,
a boy? Do you know it's a boy or a girl?
Boy. This is going to be her 4th boy. She has 1 girl, and this is her 5th pregnancy. So
very exciting. Okay. Can you tell us, you started to say, if you want to say about sounds and colors in homeopathy, or
sure.
say about your clients who have been, how did homeopathy and you were helping your clients?
Sure. So color remedies apply just like the chakra remedy colors. So I mean the chakra colors. So we have, the red for the root chakra, orange for the sacral chakra, and so on and so forth. So when we utilize them, we actually can, we can see the effects of them on clients with just the colors themselves, which is amazing. At first, I started using colors as kind of complementary to other homeopathic remedies, and then I've used color remedies in some cases and not had to use any other remedy. I have used the sound remedy. Oh, I have a really great story. So we have a client who is she's a music teacher, and plays piano, and she was having issues. I can't remember the physical issue she was having, but we had her take the chord. So the
8 tones, the
right, the seven tones.
7 tones. Mm-hmm.
So she took the chord, and it was amazing. That was all she needed to take, and it brought her back to center. She was fine, right? I've used color or sound remedies in various cases where there's not a clear picture of symptoms. They're just, not feeling right, not feeling centered. And we use the chakra, the throat chakra, turquoise or light blue in so many cases to help with the thyroid. And it's amazing because then those people start speaking up for themselves.
Yes.
Right. And they're like, I realized I decided I wasn't going to let my husband treat me the way he was treating me, and I spoke up for myself. And I was like, wow, that's more than just taking care of your thyroid. We helped you, take care of the throat chakra itself.
The thyroid was just pointing to the problem.
Oh yeah, definitely. There's also a story, and Ambika used to love to tell the story. There's a pretty famous homeopath in California who used a single dose of yellow, I think it was 30C, on an autistic client. He was nonverbal autistic, and single dose of yellow turned him around, like a 180-degree turn. He was talking and was on the road to becoming somebody who was able to communicate and live the life that he was intended to live. It's pretty miserable being locked in. So the colors and the sounds work phenomenally. We also have the gems for each of the chakras, and they support the work with the color and the sound. They support. We also have septinate remedies, and that is
which one?
They're called septinate. septenate. A septenate, it means there's 7 remedies combined for a condition or a chakra. There's septenates that are made for each of the astrological signs. There's septenates that are made for each of the chakras, and we have the ones that are made for the chakras. I've prepared them myself. So there's, because 7 is the perfect number, the belief is that a septenate combo works even stronger and deeper than an individual remedy works on its own. So we have the septenates, we have the colors, the sounds. We also use solfeggio frequencies as well, and some of those have been made into remedies. It's just amazing what can be, what energy can do. We are also offering, for people who sign up today, right?
Yes.
A color kit. So we're giving away a color kit, a sound kit, and a septenate kit.
Fantastic. Yes, that's so generous of you. Great. Those are very great kits.
Yes, they are.
Great value.
And we will have a booklet available too for people who sign up for the course. The booklet will be a PDF that helps you with, really, it's more of a journal, a guided journal, because it will have questions for each of the chakras, and then it will have pages for you to be able to, you can insert, however you want to insert blank pages or lined paper, or type up answers or whatever. But basically questions that are prompts to kind of reflect on and kind of think about for yourself, and then you can journal about it, and then they can also do Neurographica about it as well.
Very good. Yeah. And also we're going to have a yoga instructor that she's going to do meditations for chakras, and she's going to show yoga exercises that can also help the chakras, because body needs to be moving as well. Moving your bodies is so important, but those exercises are going to be very easy to do, and they are not going to take a long time, so you can do them just to strengthen, to help the process, because the more avenues you take from different sides to strengthen and to sustain your energy centered and clean, the better you will be feeling. And
absolutely, it goes back to that well-rounded, the homeopathy and the neurographica, yoga, meditations, guided imagery, all of those things. We find, just like people, some people are extroverts or introverts. You find with energy, people resonate with different energies. Some people might want to listen to a sound as opposed to taking a sound remedy, but you get the same effect. The frequency is still there. So what we're doing with this course is trying to provide people with those tools. It's really bring your empty tool belt. We're going to give you lots of tools to go in that tool belt.
Yes. And if you follow the entire program, you can you will have recordings. So if you cannot join any of the classes, it's okay to watch in recordings and do the drawings or the meditations and listen to the classes. And you will have it for access for 3 months, so you can repeat it. And later on, you will learn those exercises that you can do for yourself, like meditations and yoga poses. You will have a private chat on our Telegram chat group, where you can ask questions and share with the group. We'll have amazing people joining our course, so everybody will be supportive to the other participants. And it's a good place to make friends who are on the same path to getting better and heal yourself by using energy medicine.
We used to go, when Ambika and I were working together, we would go to Body, Mind, Spirit expositions, and we would do muscle testing or using a pendulum for people to figure out what chakra that they might need help with. And we had tools there to help them with. We had the sounds, the colors, and such. And we also had, we actually prepared pendants that they could wear that had the color and sound remedies in the liquid in the pendant for them to be able to wear to help strengthen that chakra.
And you will be teaching people how to test themselves, and you will be
Yes.
also helping them figure out
Yes.
which chakra needs to be balanced.
Yes, exactly.
People from our students from the course will receive an information how to learn to test themselves by muscle testing, and also Vanette and Vicky will be helping them, will be helping you to find out which chakra needs to be balanced for you.
Yes, Vicky is not. Vicky's not here. She had a scheduling conflict, but Vicky is has the ability to see the colors that somebody needs. So for those who are on the course, she will go through and circle through people who are on the course live that day and let each of you know what color you might need that day.
And if they cannot make it live, she can also do it with over the
if somebody messages and she just needs a picture to do that from, but she can tell you what color she's seeing, and that indicates what color or chakra is out of balance for you. And so you can take the color or the sound associated with that, and very often that helps ease you back into balance. We also have a lot of lot of kids that are really out of control, kids that get very violent, and it's like their brain is on fire. And we found that the remedy that's made from all the colors in the rainbow, called Spectrum, that remedy usually helps with getting them to come back into center and calm down. We had one story of a kid who had been violent for 9 years. Age 2 was the last time they'd had non-violence out of him. So we gave him a single dose of Spectrum, and the next day they said that was the first day that they had had no violence in 9 years.
Wow, fantastic.
So giving him the remedy Spectrum helped to calm him down, helped to calm his system down, and be able to settle. So we see a lot of kids in our practice. We see a lot of autism and kids that are ADHD and ADD and such, and the colors and the sounds work beautifully for that. And it's usually because they have a chakra that is blown open, and needs to be contained. Or as children, we don't have a developed crown chakra as children. It's very open, and sometimes those children, depending on the environment they live in, they're affected greatly by other negative spiritual entities in their life that cause that chakra to be out of balance. So it's just incredible the work that we can do on the chakra centers to bring health to so many different levels. In the course, we'll go over what you're looking for on the physical level for that color or sound, what it is that on the physical level it will help, or on the mental emotional level, what it will assist with as well.
So you will explore the symptoms that people may have already manifested on the physical, and relate them to the chakra imbalances, so they can learn now on in the future from this information, and to know for the future what they maybe needed if they don't need it right away. Yes, Cindy, you want to ask your question?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I was just typing and I just looked at the price, and I don't think I can do it now, but gosh, I'd love to. This information is just wonderful, and especially with the colors. I'd love to get into the colors and stuff. So maybe down the road in the recordings I could do it.
Yes, we will be having this program again, and we will offer it again. Yes, whenever you're ready. It's gonna be a longer program. So this is gonna be over the course of 2 months, 8 weeks. We're gonna have classes, 2 classes a week, plus additional sound healing and meditation and yoga exercises. And there's so many other additional things that we are offering, the booklet, the medicine, and self-test.
It's 32 hours of instruction. So
Oh, I know it's worth it. I don't have any qualms with what the price is. I know it's worth it just from hearing you, but I hope I can do it down the road.
well, we'd love to have you. And sometimes, you know, you've now put it out into the universe that you'd love to do it, and very often.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna do a
Neurographica.
Yes.
You're gonna do Neurographica.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that. I'm faithful to my drawings every day. Thank y'all.
You're welcome, Cynthia. Yes. Thank you so much. Yes, we lowered the price as much as possible, and now you get the lowest price. Actually, you have until the 13th to get this lower price, and then the price is going up. So you can benefit.
I'll talk to Jeff, and I'll do my drawing first. Then I'll talk to Jeff, and you know, who knows? This stuff is fast. This Neurographica works fast. Believe me.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
We have many people who join our classes, and once they start drawing, money just appear and everything works out okay.
Exactly. Money rain, money rain.
Money rain and
money rain.
The exercise.
I've done that one, yeah, and I actually did it, and I lost my fear of asking for money to get what I need.
Oh yes, congratulations.
So I still don't like to spend it too much because that's from my upbringing, but I did right away. I went out and bought me something.
Good.
Tried it out. Tried it out.
Yeah.
So I like to share a story. Nat taught, I guess you came and taught one of my classes, my homeopathy classes, about Neurographica. And Vicky, who isn't on, actually refused to take the class. She had a toddler fit, stomped outside, and refused to be even part of that class.
Lots of resistance.
Lots and lots of resistance. She later came back to it, and Vicky's binder of Neurographic drawings is now about 3 times the thickness that mine is. And she has just flourished with it. She has done series on communication. She's done series on the chronic illness that she has had that we've done tons of homeopathy for, but there's still some residual things left for it. And the Neurographica has done so much in her own life for just helping improve so many of those aspects. My very first basic class, about 7 months before I took that class, we'd had a car accident where an 18-wheeler had pulled out in front of us on a one-way highway, and I didn't have enough room to avoid hitting him. So I slammed on the brakes and caused a lot of injury in my knee. It took all the shock of us actually impacting the back end of the 18-wheeler.
Wow.
And so I'd been through 3 months of chiropractic. I'd been through all kinds of homeopathic remedies. I'd been through therapies and, worn a knee brace, worn KT tape, just everything, all the natural things. And so I decided to do my first drawing about my knee. That was my very first basic course drawing about my knee. And you know how you write down the words before starting it. And one of the things that came up was that I was still pissed at the truck driver because he was very condescending and making it be my fault when I knew that I had the right of way. I was on the highway already. He was the one who pulled onto the highway and didn't yield. And I even had paperwork from a Wyoming state patrolman who said, I was not at fault. It was the truck driver who was at fault. Said that, you know, failure to yield on his part. But I was still really mad at what he had done. You know, really messed up the life, messed up my knee. I also had sciatica in my back from it. So it was the mental emotional part that I'd still been holding on to. And, you know, just writing down those words helped. And then I did the drawing, 2.5 hour, you know, class. And by the time I was done, I had no pain in my knee.
Yes, because our pain does not come from the body. The pain comes from the mind.
Yeah, absolutely.
And once you deal with it, with your mindset, and the pain is gone. A fantastic result. And
so, you know, once you sit down and you start writing down the things about it, it was, you know, like I said, I took tons of homeopathic remedies. I mean, you know, not tons, but I took homeopathic remedies that were well indicated, ones that I've taken before in injuries that would have taken care of it. But it was just what I was holding on to mentally, emotionally, and unconsciously still holding on to. That, and then when I tapped into that and actually, you know, wrote it down, spoke it out in the Neurographica, it was amazing.
Fantastic. Yes, and I see it all over. Each course that I do, people have very good results. One of the first testimonials we got was from a student of mine who took the basic user course, and she's been struggling with migraines for years. I don't remember how many years was it, but you know, migraines are not just something that is once you know, once and not come back. Those are constant.
Oh yeah, no, they get more frequent and more frequent unless we take care of them with homeopathy, Neurographica, what, you know, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, so she was working for a month with the drawings, and her mother came up, like the way the relationship was with her mother from the childhood. She remembered things from the childhood she had forgotten, and then her migraine stopped. So amazingly, yes, it works.
Yeah, we have that come up in homeopathic cases all the time as well. And when, you know, they start talking about their issues, and then they say, you know, start talking about their physical issues, and they start talking about their childhood and such, and we say, oh, well, that's interesting that you had this happen in childhood, and then this is the ailments you have as an adult, and they make that connection, and they're like, oh, I now understand where this is coming from. And we, you know, help them with a homeopathic remedy that resonates with what they have going on. Or sometimes it's homeopathy and the neural art. We, you know, yeah, we recognize the connection, definitely.
Yes, everything has connection with the mental blocks and energies. We are energies, bodies, and we can address the best way to address it is not by taking pills and drugs. When you take pills and drugs, you just affect the symptoms, but you're not going to the root cause.
There's no healing. There's no cure or healing at that point. We're just masking it. In homeopathy, we call palliating it. But if you, and one of the biggest things we're taught in homeopathy is that if somebody lives in a cold, damp basement and they come to you with respiratory issues, you can give them remedies all day long, but unless they change their situation, move out of the cold, damp basement, they're not going to experience a true healing or cure. So as long as we continue to keep ourselves entrenched in what keeps us sick, you know, we can't move out of that. But when we use the tools that we're going to be providing in this course, very often people make decisions to make those changes in their life because it opens their eyes to it, and then they shift and move forward.
Yes, and sometimes the decision is just awareness. You don't have to do anything else. You just become aware of your patterns and decide to change them, or just realization about who you truly are, and you've been behaving like somebody who you are not, and it's easy to change once you are become aware of it.
Absolutely. I had an incident come up several weeks ago that I recognized that it was residual control, residual something that it was out of my control from my relationship with my ex, and that was affecting how I responded currently in situations, and that was not a healthy way to respond. And instead of, you know, sitting in that or like just getting all upset, I went and I did a Neurographica. I, you know, wrote down the words, and it was, my page was almost full of words. It had like 60 words to it. It was one that, you know, because there was a lot about it. And when I got done with it, I was like, oh man, this is really, you know, the dump that needed to happen, of just writing the words out, and then doing the Neurographica helped shift that energy with it so much that, you know, you release the trauma that you were put through previously.
Yes, and trauma, when you have traumas from the past, they are sucking energy like a leaky bucket, and your energy is just being pulled to in those places which you don't realize until you become aware of it and you stop it, and then your energy is back to you to improve your health. You can use it to be just healthy and abundance and attract positive emotions, positive people in your life, more money, more better financial situation. So we need to be very careful with how we use our energy and close those past wounds to be able to sustain and direct this energy into the positive for us, into abundance. And we're getting already to the end of the hour. So if there are any questions from people who are right now on the, you can also ask questions later. You can email us at NeuroGraphicAcademy@gmail.com, and we will send you a video recording of this call if you want to rewatch it again. But the lower price will be effective until tomorrow, May 13. So you can have this if you want to get the lower price, then it's going up. And we're going to start next Wednesday. The classes are going to be at 11 a.m. Central Time, US on Wednesdays, and 11 a.m. Central Times on Friday. Wednesdays are for Neurographica and Fridays are for Homeopathy Energy Medicine. And you're welcome to join. We will be very happy to have you.
Next week, we're starting with looking at the aura as a whole, starting at the etheric level, and then we're going to work into looking at each of the individual chakras in the weeks after that.
Great. Okay, I don't see any questions. Thank you so much, Vonette, and thank you everybody for coming. I wish you all the best and hoping to see you in class. Thank you, Vonette.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. I apologize for the Wi-Fi issues here. We just got here last night and have Wi-Fi on our trailer, but it doesn't even work here because we are literally between two mountains of trees, and the river. It's absolutely beautiful. It's where we come to rejuvenate our chakras, and this only time we're going to be able to be here for the next year. So we're here for a few days, and then we will be back on the road making our trek down to California and onto Texas, where we'll have a new grandbaby. So
enjoying the beautiful scenery you showed me around.
Yes.
I wish I was there. And
yes,
going
to the ocean. We're going to the ocean later on today. It's got to happen.
Nice. Okay.
We're 3 miles from the Pacific Ocean on the Oregon coast, so
we all are envying you. Okay, enjoy,
right.
and see you in class.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for showing up.
Thank you.